Hello to all the emerging scientists joining us today. My name is Professor Christia, and I would like to welcome you to Henkel Researchers World at Mill River Park. Henkel Researchers World is a STEM education program designed to explore the fascinating world of science and spark your curiosity by putting you in the role of an actual researcher. In the next 20 minutes, we'll be learning how to test adhesive strengths and exploring the stickiness of everyday substances. Now I'd like to hand it over to my colleague, Professor Trent, who will guide you through the experiment.
Hello, I'm Professor Trent, and welcome to Researchers World. In today's experiment, we're going to be looking at various adhesive strengths of common household items and comparing that to adhesives that we would find in our everyday lives and out in the natural world. So for today's experiment, we're going to be doing a little bit of crafting. So before we get started, I want to tell you all the things that you're going to need and remind you that we are going to be getting sticky, so having some paper towels or disinfecting wipes around just to help you get cleaned up before we get started would be a very good idea. For today's craft, what you're going to need is either paper or I've got a manila folder here that we cut into some strips. You're going to need at least one paper clip, but it would be good to grab a couple. Some duct tape, scissors, and something to spread our sticky stuff with, as well as a hole punch and some bottles. Plastic would certainly be preferable to glass. As you can see in front of me, I also have a bunch of delicious snacks. We're not going to be eating those snacks, but we can use them as our at-home adhesives. Chocolate candies, marshmallows. I have some molasses, which is similar to syrup, and some tree sap as well. So we're going to be creating a contraption in order to test the adhesive strength of these various household items. Adhesives are incredibly common in our lives, everything from glue sticks that you use to make crafts in school or at home, up to adhesives that are used on airplanes to keep the shell of the airplane from falling apart. So they play a wide range of roles in our lives, and they're common in nature as well. We have everything from adhesives that are weak, such as the type that butterflies use to attach a cocoon to the underside of a leaf, or something much stronger, such as the proteins that barnacles produce that push the water away. It's called being hydrophobic. Phobia is when you don't like something or you're afraid of something. These hydrophobic proteins push away the water and allow the barnacles to attach to rocks or the underside of ships or a dock, where they need to hold on much, much stronger than a caterpillar does to a leaf. So just like we see in human lives, in the natural world, there's this wide range of adhesive strength as well. So without further ado, let's test some adhesives. We're going to want to start with, as I said, a strip of paper, or I used a manila folder. And we're going to take that, and at one end, we're going to wrap some duct tape. I have yellow, doesn't matter what color you use. That's going to go at just one end of our strip. And much like the adhesives that we're testing, there's adhesive on this tape that makes it sticky. Okay. My colleague, Professor Christia, is going to help me cut this while my hands are full. Thank you, Christia. Okay, seal that up nice. So, if you're crafting along at home with me, it should look something like that. You're then going to punch a hole. Make sure that you don't do it too close to the edge. Right in the middle. Should look something like that. Now, I'm going to be using the molasses, which again I said is similar to syrup. It's quite sticky. It's got a sugary taste to it. So I'm going to take just a touch of that and spread it on here. This is why you want to have some wipes ready to go. This is going to get pretty messy. You don't need to use all that much. Just make sure you spread it around nicely and then fold it over like that, trying not to get too sticky. I did a pretty good job. And it creates a loop like that. You have that. You're then going to want to take your paper clip and just open it up, something like that. Stick that through here. So your final contraption should look something like this, and it's being held together by whatever adhesive you're using. I'm using molasses. As I said, you could use sugar, you could use mashed up marshmallows or chocolates or caramel. Really anything that is sticky will work. Get this out of the way. And now we need to build the second part of our contraption. This design is actually based off something that is used in research and development laboratories to test the adhesive strength of commercial grade or industrial grade, really strong adhesives that are used for things such as tiles, airplanes, even skyscrapers. So of course, ours is going to be smaller than that, and it's going to be homemade, but that's where we got the inspiration for our design. At home, you could even just use 2 chairs and a broomstick will work just fine. This is what we have today. It's just a couple of stands and a few clips to hold in place this large wooden dowel. Very simple design. We did put some plastic down on the floor, so if you're doing this at home, perhaps do it in your kitchen or bathroom, not on top of a carpet. You're then going to take your design, make sure it's still sticking together nicely, and hang it over one end of the dowel. So it should look just something like this. And now we're going to begin to hang weights off of it to see how much weight we can actually hold using our at-home adhesives. We prepared some of these bottles with a string on them. You can really use anything that you'll be able to hang off of here if you don't happen to have 24 of the exact same empty bottles sitting around your house. So we're just going to continue to hang them like that until we see how much weight can our adhesive hold. That's 1, that is 2, 3, 4, 4 it is. Next, we're going to try some sap, which I have a feeling is going to be significantly stronger than the molasses. Okay, so we saw that with the molasses, we were only able to hold 4 empty plastic bottles. So that's not very much weight. We're going to use something a little stickier this time around, a stronger adhesive. So I really want to encourage you to get your parents involved, get their permission, make sure that you're protecting your floor, make sure that you're staying clean throughout this experiment. What we're going to be using is sap that was collected outside from a tree. So this stuff is very sticky. And I'm going to collect just a little bit of it here to use as our adhesive this round. I have another one of our contraptions ready to go. And so I'm going to spread this right on here. Okay, add a little bit more. It's so sticky it doesn't want to come out of the container. Okay. We're going to fold that over nice. I have another one of our paper clips. Slide it over the dowel. Miss Christia, could I get a wipe? Thank you. As I said, this is going to get sticky. So let's see. Remember, we had 4 from the molasses. How many we could do here with the sap? I have a feeling it's going to be quite a few more. If you need to reshape the paper clip, two, three, 4. Okay, so we're now tied with the molasses. 5. 6. 7. Here's 8. So that is now double the adhesive strength that we saw with the molasses. 9. 10. 11. 12 is now triple the strength. 13. 14. 15. 16 is quadruple the strength, and I'm running out of room. 16, there it goes. So you can see how, just like in nature, there's a wide range of adhesive strengths, and we need that in our lives as well. The adhesive strength of a glue stick is not as strong as the adhesives used in orthodontic procedures, for building buildings, or holding together airplanes. And you could imagine how you would need a lot different strength adhesive to do those different kinds of jobs. So I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you kept your house clean and your hands relatively not sticky. And we will see you again soon for another Researcher's World experiment. Bye-bye.